Hi, I'm Sharon. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbale.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets in US letter or A4, and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam, and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually sitting in the exam room working through the paper on exam day. So if you visit sharonbale.com, you'll find it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really fab, that'd be super. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so now we're going to continue with transposition. So if you turn with me to page 21, we're going to be looking at exercise 10. And also, you may want to turn in the document to section D, which just gives you a few tips on what we've been talking about. And also you may want to keep section C to hand, so that you need to be conversant with your key signatures. Alternatively, just write them out for yourself. It's good practice to quickly sketch out your circle of fifths, and that way you've got your key signatures to hand. I would do that every time. So let's see what exercise 10 asks us to do. The principle is the same. We adjust the key signature by the interval that they've asked us to, and then we have to just negotiate the accidentals as we go along. So we're asked to transpose these extracts up a perfect fifth so that they'll sound at concert pitch. Therefore, if we want an instrument to sound a C, it's going to have to play a G, so we have to rate 5 notes higher so that it will sound at concert pitch. Now, it also asks us to decide whether it's best to use treble or bass clefs, because we're going to have to just try and avoid too many ledger lines. So we've just got another little thing to add into the equation. They've started this first one off for us. Let's just look what they've done here. So we're in the key signature of D major, and if we count up a fifth from D, a perfect fifth takes us to A, and so we've moved into A major and we've changed the key signature accordingly, and then we're just going to have to negotiate what these accidentals ask us to do by raising and lowering by a semitone as dictated by the key signature as well. We need to bear in mind the key signature. So here this is an F sharp that has been lowered by a natural, and so this C sharp from the key signature will also need a natural sign to lower it. So let's carry on and just complete this. If you want to go ahead and try this on your own, please do so, and then come back into the video and we'll check it through together. Always write it in pencil, and it doesn't matter if we make a mistake. It's always better to learn that way. So let's carry on in step here. This next note takes us to an F. Now in the key signature that would be F sharp. Here the B has been lowered by a flat. So to lower the F sharp by a semitone, we need to add a natural sign to have that same effect. So carrying on, and then moving on in step, everything up a fifth. So now this is going down one. This takes us to a D. Up a step, and so here we've got the same scenario again. It should be an F sharp, but as the top one has been lowered here in the original, to lower the F sharp we need to use a natural sign. We can't just copy a flat. If you just copy a flat, what you've actually done is you've lowered it twice. So there we go, that's all the thinking done. So last little bit, and then we've just got one big slur to continue and some expression marks. There we go. So now you're going to have to also decide which key and also which clef would be the best. Bearing in mind we're going up a fifth, and so just at a guess, looking ahead, you can see we're already really high in the bass clef, and we're going to be going even higher by transposing it up a fifth, and so I suggest we're going to be moving this into treble clef. So if you want to crack on and have a go now, just bearing that in mind. So I'm hoping you've had a crack at this. So let's look what we've got to consider here. At the moment, we're in the key signature of E flat major. And so if we look at that, E flat up a fifth takes us to B flat. That's our perfect fifth. So we now need to add the key signature for B flat major. And I'm going to go on and move this into treble clef. If it is that you've chosen the wrong clef and you find out that you're just doing way too many ledger lines, then just rub it out and go back and start again in your new clef. If you need to find it by trial and error, that's more than acceptable. It just takes a little bit longer, that's all, and you'll soon begin to make those judgments beforehand. So we've just got to bear in mind that we're now swapping clef as well. So if we just work it out in this clef first of all, G, B, D above middle C is our fifth higher, and if you think there's middle C, so here is the D above, so that's our starting point now, and so we're going to be working out a relationship from that. So down a step takes us to C, down a third, oh let's do bar lines first, I normally do that, don't I? Don't want to be worrying about that, got enough to be thinking about. Here we go then. So down a step takes us to the B. Oh, it's down a third, sorry, silly me. So it takes us a third down to the A. Then up a step to the B. And then here, let's just go back to the original and think about this. D, F, A, so we know we're going to have to go D, F, A, and let's double check that. 1, 3, 5, 7th, 1, 3, 5, 7th, yeah, we're a seventh apart. You can see how this uses the knowledge that you've gained from working your intervals out, and also when we were swapping clefs, relating back to middle C, you can see how we're making use of all of those skills now. So carrying on, up a step takes us to B, same note again, 1, 3, 5, 7, 1, 3, 5, 7 takes us to C, and we should be on that same note, yes we are. Up a fifth takes us to G, let's tie that over, make that blob a bit bigger. Now here we've just got a first little bit to think about. So down a third takes us to E. It's E flat because of the key signature. This was an A flat that's been raised by a natural, so this is an E flat which will be raised by a natural. And then next door note up takes us to F, and let's just double check that. Let's go from here. First, third, fifth, B, C, D, E, F above middle C, we know that we're correct. So just give yourself some checkpoints there to make sure nothing's gone awry. Here we go, so that's the hard bit done. And you can see how if we had stayed in the bass clef, how high we've gone, there would have been just way too many ledger lines. That's not coloured in. Lots to think about, just take it a step at a time. There we go, just a little bit of expression marking, and one last phrase I've missed. There we go, and that's it, job done. So the last one to look at now on this exercise 10, quite a busy one here. So let's think which clef we're going to be using. By all means, have a crack at this yourself and then come back into the video. So I'm hoping you've had a little go of this yourself. It's best to try. And so here we're quite high in the treble clef, and we're going to be going a fifth higher still, so we're going to be staying in the treble clef. We certainly don't want to be in the bass clef, that would be untenable. So let's think what key we're in here. We're in the key of B flat, E flat, A flat here, so we're in the key of E flat major with B, E, A flat, so that's E flat major. So up a fifth, we've already done that actually, takes us to B flat major. So we're going to go in the same key, and this time we're not worrying about shuffling clef, so I think our job will be a little bit easier in this exercise. And so we're ready to just get going. So if we're going up a fifth, E, 1, 3, 5 takes us to the B, so we'll need a ledger line. Lots of notes here, so you need a really sharp pencil. That takes us to the G, C, E, G, that's correct. Down in step. Down in step. Back up in step. Now we're going to drop down 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, and let's double check F, A, C up a fifth, that's correct. That'll be tied. 1, 3, 5 up a fifth to the F. Now here, we're going to have to think what's going on here. At the moment that's a B flat because of the key signature, and it's been raised. So at the moment this is an F natural, and so to raise that we need to add a sharp. So there we go, that's that dealt with. Down a third to the G, B, D. Back up a fifth, a third, so that's B, D, F to the F. Next door note, C, E, G. Drop down a third. A, C, E, that's correct, and then C, E, G back again, and then finally we're still on the G, and we've got to raise that. Now that's just a G natural, and so in order to raise that we just add the sharp sign. There we go. So that's that complete really, bar the little nuts and bolts that we've just got to now sketch out. Quite a busy one. That's why I'll leave thinking about these bits and bobs till later, because I think we're just busy enough thinking about what the questions after first, and now we'll worry about stems and so on. Dot that. There we go. Dot that. Double check we get all the details right. There we go. So we just need a forte mark in there. Just need a bit of phrasing here. Some slur marks. And an accent mark here. And an accent mark here, and I think that's job done. There we go, that's the end of that exercise. So I hope that you're really feeling more confident with this now. We've one more exercise to go through, and we'll look at that in the next video. I do hope that you're finding it helpful. I hope that you're enjoying this as much as I am working through it with you. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and please subscribe to keep updated, and please do visit sharonbale.com and make use of all the information that's available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.